Okay, we're now just going to finish the outside of the purse with this lovely top stitch or top crochet. I don't really know what to call that. Surface crochet? I don't know. You tell me. We've already done this in the centre here, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and it's really easy to get the petal effect because of where you place your hook as you go around. So nice and straightforward, and I think a really lovely way of finishing off that design. So Greta remains one of my superheroes. Okay, let's do it. We're using pale pink. Or is it pale pink or light pink? I think it's called, is it called light? Oh, it's called light pink. Sorry, we're using light pink. Right, to start with, we're going to join the yarn into the you can do any of them. There's no, you don't have to start in any or you know, any particular one of these, but you need to start in a the cross of one of the yellow stitches. I think we've already put a double crochet into there, so it's easy to see. You're going to go in there, it doesn't matter which one of them, and pull the loop of yarn through from the front to, oops, from the back to the front, sorry. Okay, so there's your first chain right there. We're now going to put our hook between the double crochet and the first treble. So this one and this one, we're going to go in there. Don't worry about that loop being a bit floppy at the moment. We'll tighten that up in a bit. So it's number 2. So I'm going to give that a little pull now, but it will get tightened up and sorted out right at the end. So don't worry, don't let it bother you for the moment. Now we're just going to be working between all of the trebles of that little shell there. So we'll go through there. That's number 3. And you are just picking, you know, hooking the yarn from the back. Ooh. She says not able to do it at all. 4, 5, 6, 7, and when you get to the end, you're going back again between the treble and the double, UK terms, and finally you're going to repeat. So I think we should have 8 there. Let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this will be the 8th one. So you're going to finish by putting your hook in the beginning point, if you like, so between that cross, and that's it. That's all you're going to do all the way around. It's lovely and straightforward, and it finishes things beautifully. Like I said when we did them earlier, I never think to do this, but isn't it lovely? It covers up, you know, it covers up holes and things. It's beautiful. We should all do more of this. I want to just show you a tip at this point. If you remember, we were asked to leave a long tail of the orange to join the purse frame. I haven't done it on this one, I forgot if you recall, but I did on the other one, which is the, you know, the sample one, to show you, and that thread does get in the way a bit. So look what I've done. I've just put a needle through the back, just in any place, just to keep the thread out of the way, because I kept catching it. I just put a needle like that and I thread it round like a, I forget what they're called. What are they called? Someone tell me what they're called. I can't remember. The name is screaming out at me and I can't remember. So I've just wound the thread like that to keep it sort of out of the way, so I don't keep going over it. Obviously put the needle somewhere where you've already worked your stitches. And just do it that way. I can't remember where I saw that, a pattern somewhere. That's a really handy tip in lots of things, that is. So there's a top tip. Okay, so sorry, I shall carry on and we shall meet at the end, because the only other twiddly bit, if you recall, is finishing the last stitch with a needle. You can't do the very last stitch with a hook, so I'll see you at the end, and it'll be needles ahoy. Right, we're right round to the beginning again, and I'm going to do the last stitch that I can do with the hook, which is the stitch over the last of those trebles of that last fan there, or shell, or whatever I called it. So I can't go any further with this, because if I try and go into here, I will create an extra stitch. It will be messy. So what I'm going to do is snip the yarn. It doesn't need to be too long. I don't know what that is, sort of 6 inches, and just pull that through with the hook. Okay, I'm going to find a needle. I started this morning with 3. I'm down to absolutely none. So I'll find a needle. I just can't hang on to needles, and I can't hang on to tape measures. Funnily enough, Amanda can't hang on to a crochet hook. Would you believe it? We're awash with them and she can't hang on to them. Right, so here we go. We've got the needle threaded. We've got the yarn coming through the last of the chains. And all you're going to do is go under both threads of the first stitch like that. Pull through, not too tight. And you can pull the starting thread to sort of tighten up the tension on that stitch a bit if you wish, and then you're going to put your needle back through where the yarn came out, and that's going to finish off. It's going to finish off that. But isn't it lovely? That's the outside of the purse. We've got 2 of them. I'm going to weave in the ends. There's a little thing I'm going to say here, and I've kind of been contemplating this as I've gone around. Mine are curling a tiny bit. Can you see they're curling a little bit? It's because you've done lots of work on the top and all sorts. So I'm going to give these a little block. And I thought you might like to see how we do that. Because I was poorly at the end of the last set of videos and I couldn't show you, so it's a nice small project. So I'm gonna show you how to do a bit of blocking, and that blocking applies whatever size you're working on. So we'll do that next.